Your baby finally comes home, and suddenly you realize something nobody can fully prepare you for. And in the first month, your baby may seem to have only 4 priorities: eat, sleep, poop, and cry. The first month with a newborn can feel completely overwhelming because your baby has arrived with their own schedule. And your first job isn't to make everything go according to plan. It's to start figuring out what your baby needs. In those first days, feeding can be challenging. Diaper changes can feel surprisingly complicated. Even picking up your tiny, fragile-looking newborn can make you nervous. And then there's sleep, or more accurately, the sudden lack of it. Your baby may wake frequently to eat, need help settling, and have no interest in the schedule you thought you were going to follow. But here's something important to remember. Struggling doesn't mean you're failing. You're learning an entirely new person, and your baby is learning an entirely new world. Sometimes you'll feed your baby, change the diaper, check the temperature, hold them, rock them, and they still cry. That's when it's incredibly easy to think, what am I doing wrong? But crying doesn't automatically mean you're a bad parent or that you've missed something obvious. They're hungry, uncomfortable, tired, overstimulated, lonely. With time, you'll begin recognizing patterns. In other words, you're not just raising your baby during this month. You're learning your baby. And then, for some families, another challenge appears: colic. Colic refers to prolonged crying in an otherwise healthy infant. It often begins during the first few weeks and can be especially difficult in the evening. You try feeding? Nothing. A clean diaper? Nothing. Holding your baby? Still crying. The good news is that you become more experienced with every episode. You start discovering what calms your particular baby. Some babies may respond to gentle movement, soothing sounds, or being held close. Swaddling may help some babies feel secure, provided it is done safely. The goal isn't to discover one magical trick that works for every newborn. It's to experiment safely, observe your baby, and gradually build your own toolbox of things that help. And there's another part of the first month that doesn't get talked about enough: the parents. You're adjusting to less sleep, new responsibilities, almost no uninterrupted free time, and a completely different rhythm of life. It can be stressful. You may feel anxious, you may feel frustrated, but something changes surprisingly quickly. You start adapting. The things that terrified you during the first few days become familiar. You begin understanding their signals. The difficult moments start becoming easier to handle, not necessarily because your baby suddenly becomes effortless, but because you've become more confident. Then your baby gives you a tiny smile or settles peacefully against your chest. And somehow, all those exhausting moments feel a little smaller. And yet every day, you're watching a completely new person grow right in front of you. So, if your first month doesn't look anything like you imagined, don't assume you're doing it wrong. There is no perfect newborn routine. There is only the process of learning the baby in front of you. You don't have to master parenthood in the first month. You just have to keep learning your baby, one day at a time. If you're preparing for your baby's first month, or you're already in the middle of it, subscribe for more practical baby development videos.